Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode. We're not actually going to be live this morning because Andrew has very selfishly been invited into Ellen Road to go watch the Leeds Spurs game today. So we do have a pre-recording. So we might say morning, we might say afternoon. That's because we're recording it Friday the 7th, whereas Leeds play tomorrow at lunchtime. How are we, Stats? All right?
Yeah, very well, thank you. A bit of a disappointment on last weekend against Brighton. I thought it was a bit of I won't say poor performance, I just think it was a nothing performance. That Leeds had put so much hard work into the last 6 games prior to that, Luke. And I think every Leeds United fan probably knew that the Brighton game was going to be the one that trips us up. And so be it. But they've got another opportunity against the last of the big so-called Big Six that signed up for the so-called failed Super League to go and get hopefully 3 points and have a really good end to the season heading into the 21-22 campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think went wrong against Brighton apart from everything?
You said the answer there, Luke. Brilliant. Phillips, I know you can't put too much on one player, but we do miss him. And I think he's missed both games against Brighton this season. Rafinha, obviously, as well. So, yeah, just a disappointing performance. And we never win down there. We've not won in 7 at the Amex. We've only picked up 2 points from a possible 21 since the move to that ground in 2011-2012. So it came as no surprise to me that we got beaten that game. Disappointing, but not the end of the world at all.
You didn't predict that, those Stats. You say it didn't come as a surprise. You predicted a Leeds United win.
I'm giving up on predictions, Luke. I've given up on predictions.
I think one of the other lads, Carl, abstains because I think he had a bet on Leeds one year, and I think it was almost, I can't remember who it was. He says it was almost a guaranteed win, and we got beat. I can't fucking remember who it was, but it was years ago. And ever since, he'll never predict a Leeds game. So yeah, you mentioned there about Phillips and Raf, which takes us. Yes. I would say nicely into potential team selections for tomorrow. I've seen a video doing the rounds today where they're both training. However, I think Marcelo's said that they're not going to be available. Am I right?
You have, yeah. It's difficult to know sometimes, isn't it? Because sometimes they are available, sometimes they're not available. I hope they're both available because it'd be good to have sort of from Rafinha to have that attacking intent. So he's the one that kind of makes us tick in sort of the attacking end of the field. And you take Phillips out, and nothing against Robin Cox. I know his first appearance in that CDM position. Phillips is England quality, isn't he? And you do miss a player of his calibre when he's not involved. So, yeah, we'll get a team selection about 11:30 tomorrow, and we'll see what we get, really. But it's an opportunity to play the last of the so-called top 6 and put performance in before the last 3 games of the season.
Perfect. I don't know if you lost me there. I got all your sound, but your sort of video went off for a second. But you're still here. That's all that counts.
I'm still here.
So yeah, I mean, Spurs obviously on fire at the minute, firing on all cylinders. That front three of Bale, Kane, and Son seem to have gelled over the past few weeks as well. So defensively, could be in for a bit of a torrid time. I know Captain Coops is back. Do you see him slotting straight back in? And who gets dropped?
Great question. I think you've got to, haven't you? He's the captain of the football club. He brings so much experience. This is nothing against Pascal Struijk, because I know absolutely magnificent first full season at Ellen Road. I think for me, you'll bring Coops back in. And it'll be an interesting battle, him against Harry Kane. And I remember back in January, the beat is quite convincingly at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium by 3-0. So it's just an opportunity on Saturday just to put performance down against one of the youngest ever manager I think Leeds United have ever faced. I think Ryan Mason's only 29 years old. He's older than me, and that makes me feel quite old.
He's younger than me.
Oh, God, you make me feel old. Thanks, Luke.
Wait a minute, how old is he? 29?
29.
Oh dear.
29, yeah.
29-year-old and managing a Premier League team. You know, a Super 6 team at that.
I know.
He's not doing bad for... Thing is, he's had a bit of a shit career, really, didn't he? Because he was touted to be the next big thing at Spurs years ago. And then he ended up at, I think Matt said on the pod the other day, Swindon, Hull, and some
being
other
alone everywhere,
shite teams, you know.
Yeah.
And then gets guess the managers. I mean, he's caretaker manager, isn't he? He's not been offered the job.
Yeah, he's caretaker. And I don't think he'll get the job. I'll be very surprised if he gets the job full time. To tell you the truth, so I think he's keeping the seat. Well, I'm interested to see where Tottenham do go for the next appointment, because clearly the Mourinho one didn't work, and it'd be interesting to see where they go from there. As long as they keep their hands off Bielsa, which is the main thing, I think, from a Leeds perspective. I don't see Bielsa even contemplating going to Tottenham. I think he'll sign a new deal once the season's over. So, yeah. So more concerned Leeds United for the last 4 games of the season, and let's enjoy these last 4. And also a quick note as we record this, Marcelo has been nominated for the Premier League Manager of the Month award for his fantastic performance in April. And just a little tease of a stat that I've got, just in case he does win it. The last manager to win it in the Premier League Manager of the Month was David O'Leary, also back in April 2001. So there's a little stat for you.
20, so it could be 20 years to the month that Marcelo regains the Leeds United Manager of the Month crown. That'd be nice. Yes. I think he deserves it. Although I think Steve Bruce has had quite a good month, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I think what's in Marcelo's favour is that we won 2-1 at Man City with 10 men.
Yeah,
not many teams will do that.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So fingers crossed. Get your house on Marcelo winning it. Now, don't listen to mine and start betting tips.
Do that. Don't listen to us, whatever you
do not listen to us. We told you to get the house on Leeds last week at almost 3 to 1, so do not listen to us.
Yes.
So yeah, are you gonna give us a prediction at Spurs? How do you see it going?
I'm going to sit on the fence for this one. Every time I've gone for a Leeds win, it's gone wrong. Every time it's gone for a Leeds defeat, it's gone wrong. I'm going to go 1-1. I think Kane will probably score tomorrow if he's fit. And I'll go.
Don't say it. Don't say his name. If you're going to go pick the number 9, just call him the number 9 striker.
I'm going to go for a goal from Diego Llorente to follow up for his strike against Liverpool. And if that comes in, I am a genius.
Wicked. Okay. Right then, let's move on to that part of the I'm a Statman, where you get to show off your knowledge, your skill, your I don't even know what it is. It's just fucking nuts, basically, isn't it? That you know so much. But yeah, give us some stats then on Leeds and Spurs and Ellen Road. I guess I don't know what's in.
Yeah, it's the first meeting between the two sides at Ellen Road since a 2-1 FA Cup victory back in 2012-2013, when Leeds actually won that day. Luke Varney scored the opening goal and Ross McCormack got a brilliant second before Gareth Bale, I think he was the only who else who's come back on loan from Real Madrid, scored Tottenham's consolation goal. It's the first meeting in the Premier League since 2003-04. They're looking for their first win over Tottenham at Ellen Road in the Premier League since November 2001. They won that game by 2-1. That day, the goal scorers are Ian Hart and Harry Kewell. I think Gus Poyet, soon to be assistant manager at Leeds, actually got the goal for Tottenham. There's been a few braces in this game as well. Down the years, Marvin Duca and Aaron Smith both scored in a 4-3 victory for David O'Leary's side against former manager George Graham back in September 2000. And if there is to be a hat-trick in this game tomorrow from a Leeds perspective, there was also a hat-trick in this game, the first ever Premier League hat-trick to be ever scored in this competition back on August the 25th, 1992, as Leeds beat Tottenham by 5-0. A certain Frenchman, Monsieur Eric Cantona, got all 3 goals as Leeds bounced back from a 4-1 defeat away at Middlesbrough to hammer Doug Livermore and Ray Clemens' Tottenham by 5-0. So a few to look at. Nothing really on the appearance side to look at. Paddy needs 4 more starts to make 100 starts for Leeds, which hopefully, if he does succeed, will in the last 4 games. And one other one, and I think I tweeted this earlier in the week, we've got 3 ever-present, certainly in the league so far this season, Luke, in your namesake, Ayling, Stuart Dallas and Patrick Bamford. And if they are to start the remaining 4 league games, they'll become the first players to start every league game in the Premier League, outfield player that is, since Gary Kelly in season 1994-1995. So plenty to work on. Yeah. So looking forward to the remaining few games of the season, really.
Great stuff. Thanks for that. Yeah, the Leeds game that we in, was it 2014? Was that when Byram outplayed Bale?
Yeah, 2012, 2013. Sam Byram was absolutely he was magnificent that day. He literally had him in his pocket. And you look at the team that day: Michael Brown, Rudy Austin, Ross McCormack. It wasn't the greatest side, but Neil Warnock knew how to get a cup team out of Leeds. They obviously got Leeds to the last 8 of the League Cup that season and to the last 16 in the FA Cup before easily being beaten by Manchester City. But yeah, we kind of came a bit of the cup team in 2012, 2013.
Great stuff. And then Cantona's, was that the first ever Premier League hat-trick?
It was. Yeah, August 25th, 1992. First ever Premier League hat-trick. In a weird season, and I've asked so many ex-players about why we didn't win away that season in the league, and nobody could put their hands on it. I think we took 6 points out of a possible 63 away from Ellen Road in 92, 93. Just a really bizarre season. At Ellen Road, we lost 1 game all season. Just a very, very strange season, really. Great.
Well, anybody's got any questions or any sort of acknowledgements or anything that you want to ask Stats, you know where he is at LUFC Stats. You're more than welcome to. And just before I do let him go, I'm just going to test his knowledge of players.
Yes.
And I don't know if 5 might be a little bit too easy this week. What do we reckon?
I'll say we go 7.
Let's go with 7. Go on then, give us 7.
Jake Livermore, who had a loan spell at Leeds. Paul Robinson, Robbie Keane, Jonathan Woodgate, Aaron Lennon, Adam Smith, Andros Townsend, Willem Korsten is another. So I think that's 8 already. Danny Rose, who didn't actually play a first-team game, but obviously started at Leeds as well. So there's a few. I think that's 8 or 9 to be going. Nick Barmby, yes, Nick Barmby, another one. Robbie Keane, yeah. So there's a few there to be going on with that have played for both Leeds and Tottenham.
Super. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoy the game stats from everybody. Oh no, bet you're a lucky bugger getting in there. And are you doing something for? Is it Leeds Hospital Radio?
Yeah, we're on a rota system. I'm very fortunate, very privileged that I'll be at Ellen Road tomorrow. And I just want to say, all those in the ballot for the West Brom game, wish you all the best of luck. I know you've all been itching to get back to Ellen Road, and hopefully you can sample it for that one game against West Bromwich Albion before the end of the campaign.
Perfect. Well, thanks as ever, Stats. Absolute pleasure. You enjoy yourself there at Ellen Road. I'm sure you will. I'm not sure if there's any pies on sale or anything, or pints.
No, not yet.
I'm sure you'll still get part match day experience and still have all the fun in the world.
Yes, lovely. Cheers, Luke.
Take care. Cheers, Stats.
Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.
Man.